And so the process in the wholesale formula, it's a 3-step process. You scout, you source, and you sell. More specifically, you scout for certain specific products that have predictable income streams just by you listing them on Amazon as another seller. That's step 1. Step 2, you source those products in a very specific manner, because a lot of people that are resellers of a product or a brand are not authorized resellers. That's called swimming upstream. We don't want to swim upstream, we want to swim downstream. So there's a pretty simple and straightforward way that most people don't know about or they avoid for some reason, where we can become authorized resellers. And you say, well, Jason, even me, I've never done anything before. Why would they want me to be an authorized reseller? They will. I'll show you how. Okay, so yes, even you. And then step number 3 is actually the easiest of all. Sell. Because all you got to do is have it sent to Amazon. And they'll take care of all the selling for you because it's already being sold on Amazon. And so that's usually the hardest part of step 3. In this case, step 3 is the easiest part. So you got to really nail down step 1 and step 2, which is going to be the most focused on this webinar here today. Now, the wholesale formula has had $1 billion plus in verified results across 960 students who were polled, who were outreached to and said, hey, listen, you've been a customer of this course, you paid for this program, how have you done? And they went through and they verified the data, and it's exactly $1,057,143,592. You can even go to quadwin.com, scroll down to the very bottom, and you can see how this data was verified. And I can't make this data up. Under the FTC's scrutiny, I have to be truthful and clear on how this data was gathered. And it's right there for you on quadwin.com if you ever want to see it. Just right there, staring you in the face. That's a lot of money. It's almost unbelievable how much money that is. That less than 1,000 students using this process sold over 1 billion of products, considering the wholesale formula is about 7.5 years old. How is this possible? This is insane. How could they be this successful? Well, pay attention. I'm going to show you exactly how. And of course, it starts with the scouting process. So let's look at the scouting process. What makes this such a powerful business model is that you should only sell products that you know are profitable. So I come from the private label world of selling on Amazon. So I was in Amazon long before the wholesale formula existed. And what we thought was the way to go was we slap a label on a product, our own brand, and then we send it to Amazon. And we would do all sorts of market research. And we would hope that we could do marketing so that once it was listed on Amazon, people could somehow magically find that, right? But there's no amount of 8-ball, crystal ball, there's no amount of effort that would truly know if that product was profitable or not until it was on Amazon for a period of time. So we could look at it, look at a 90-day snapshot. Did it sell anything? Yes or no? So we were taking a leap of faith. Sometimes it paid off, sometimes it didn't. But that is not this model. This model is that product is already selling. That product is already there. People already want that specific product. So you're not creating a different version of that product that now has 0 reviews on a brand new fresh Amazon listing. You are using the same listing, selling the same product that we absolutely know is profitable. So that's one of the reasons why this model is so effective, that you're only going to sell products that you know are profitable. So for example, when I did the research on these products the other day, if you could become an authorized reseller on these products, and it's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 products. This is a profit number I'm giving you, not a top line revenue that after all said and done, you only net like 30 or 40,000. No, this is bottom line net in your pocket. If you were selling these products at this rate for the last 12 months, $192,288 per year. Question to you, would that be pretty good? Would that be a good first year for you? 12 months, you look back, you say, I did the wholesale formula. I didn't quite get 200K in net profit, but I almost did. But I'm more optimistic. I think I could do it again this year because I'm just going to add another product and I should get over 200K. Would that be significant in your life? An extra $192,288 over the next 12 months. Now look at these products, kind of ridiculous, right? There's an oil diffuser refill cartridge. Then there's these printer cartridges. There's this plaque off powder. So I guess there's this problem that a lot of dogs are now, dogs haven't been brushing their teeth properly. And so they need some plaque off. So, there's a supplement for that. There's a hiking sock, because I guess a regular sock isn't good enough. We now need hiking socks these days. These are stickers in the tub, right? You look at the one next to the sock. These are kids, in the bathtub sticking stickers to the side. I guess it's a thing. I don't know. And now I do know the next one, card sleeves. These are protected card sleeves. So you got your 89 Upper Deck series with the #1 King Gruffy Jr., the first card they ever printed, which is maybe worth some money. You want to put it in a card sleeve to protect it so it doesn't get bent, warped, chewed on by the kids or the dog, et cetera, et cetera. So these little sleeves are out there, and man, they're selling a lot, $5,000 per month, just to be another seller of plastic. That's what it is. It's plastic. Or this indoor plant food. There's another product, right? If you could be a reseller, and I want you to be a reseller of all sorts of products like these. Weird products, quirky products, niche products, products that are not all branded under one category. Because what does indoor plant food have to do with hiking socks, have to do with dog plaque remover, have to do with card sleeve protectors? The answer is, well, they all make money. That's about it. And that's good enough for us. Now, we know products are profitable because we follow the wholesale formula, which teaches you if you can take the price of a product, if you can find the units per month that it approximately sells, and if you can figure out the margin that you would make, because we're only dealing with net profit numbers here. So what do you get as a seller? Not what do you get before you pay for everything? What do you get after you pay for everything? And then how much are you splitting up? Because what Amazon does with these products, so if 8 people are selling the same product and they're true resellers, as we call them, Amazon says, seller number 1, you get the first sale, seller number 2, you get the second, seller number 3, you get the third, and so on and so on. So when a product is selling 70,000 units, yeah, that's pretty good. You're each going to be selling 8,000, 9,000 units a piece. And that's how we make our money. So this is the formula. Price times units times margin divided by true resellers. Please write this down if you haven't. I'm giving away the formula. It's so funny because, prior to when I came into this, and I get compensated pretty well by being the spokesperson for this opportunity, because I am really good at finding the best things and then showing them in the best lights. Prior to me, this formula wasn't given out for free. My attitude is always like, let me show you how great this thing is by taking you behind the counter so you can see as much of this as possible. So this is the formula. Prior to me getting involved in it, this wasn't just like shouted from the rooftops like I'm doing right now. Price of the product times units per month sold times the margin, the margin that you would get on the product divided by the number of resellers that are rotating through a product's listing on Amazon. Let's break it down. All right. When you look at any Amazon listing, these are 3 things I want you to get very good at seeing instantaneously. Right now, there's a lot of noise on this listing. Like, what do I look at? What should I focus on? Let me tell you what to focus on. 3 things. Brand, price, seller. So in this particular case, the brand is Mason Burger. The price of this product is $40. And the seller right now in the buy box is Artsy Home. Artsy Home. So Artsy Home is a reseller. Notice that that it's not sold by Mason Burger. The brand is not selling this product on Amazon. A reseller is. And right now, Artsy Home will be the reseller that gets credit for the sell that the next customer purchases. But then the customer after that will be the next reseller. They'll get credit for that. And the customer after that, and so on and so forth. So people are just getting slices of the profit pie. But what's really cool is eventually you're going to be that seller in the buy box there. It's going to say ship from Amazon because you're not shipping it. Hell no, you're not. You're going to let Amazon do that. And it's going to say sold by you. Okay. Right now, we already got our first piece of the formula. Easy piece, right? Price. Well, there we go. $40. Okay. Just want to make sure you saw that, right? Price is up there on the listing, $40. Boom. We plug that into the first part of the formula. Second part is the hardest part to figure out, which is how many units per month approximately does this product sell? So on almost every listing, not quite every listing, but on about 99% of listings on Amazon, under a section called product information, which again is on that listing, it's on any listing, you're going to see all sorts of information. Almost always you'll get the information called best seller rank. So this product, when I looked at it the other day, its bestseller rank was number 5,656 in home and kitchen. That's pretty precise. That data comes from Amazon. Amazon updates this data hourly, and it ranks every product in every major category. So in home and kitchen, there were 5,655 products that were selling better than this specific product was. And then there was hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of products selling worse than this product. So we can take this number. We can say, okay, if 5,656 in home and kitchen, that's its rank, what does that mean in terms of number of units sold per month? And you can use all sorts of free calculators out there or paid calculators out there to get an estimate. If you don't really have a lot of experience, I would recommend you use a ton of different one of these calculators that translate bestseller rank into monthly units sold. You're going to get a cornucopia of different numbers. You're going to see how wildly inaccurate some are and how kind of accurate others are, and you kind of could average them out. But here's a pretty good one, junglescout.com/estimator. They'll let you do 10 searches a day for free. Then you have to buy their service to do more than that. But essentially what you would do is you go to a site like this and you would type in bestseller rank number, as you saw earlier. You type in the marketplace, which is just the .com, because that's really all we're going to mess with is Amazon.com. And I don't care where you live in the world, we could do this on Amazon.com. And then you're going to select the product category, which in this case, it was like home and kitchen, I think, something like that. And if you plug this in there and you ran the estimated sales, it would spit out a number. And the number, it wouldn't be quite this precise because I got it from a better source, which I'll talk about here in a second. But let's just go with it. You get a number and you say, okay, I use one of these calculators. It translated bestseller rank into monthly units sold, and I plug this into the formula. So the product sells, and that should, sorry, that shouldn't say $13.99. That should say $40. I forgot to update that slide because I'm doing this with an exact, every time I do this presentation, which is rarely, I do this with an actual product that I just looked at the other day. And so this one sells 2,623 products. What about costs, though? How do we figure out profit margin? I'll tell you, there's all kinds of things on Amazon that they're going to nickel and dime you on. So your dimension and the packaging and the fulfillment fee per unit, and there's size tiers. And if that wasn't complicated enough, there's category referral fees. Different categories are going to charge fees. And it's crazy how many different associated line items of nickels and dimes that Amazon is going to figure out a way to tack on as a service for you selling a product on their website. And I'll tell you, it's worth it. It's worth paying every one of those fees because what they give you in exchange for that is a good deal. But nonetheless, you kind of want to know, don't you, what your profit margin is going to be. Plus, on top of what Amazon charges, you got to figure out, well, what am I going to pay wholesale? So you're going to buy a box or a carton of this stuff, a bulk order quantity from the brand or its representative, and then you're going to have it broken down and sold one piece at a time on Amazon. So there's a cost. There's certainly a cost of buying the product as well that you're going to have to factor in. And so we'll get to that too, all right? Simply, though, calculating profit margin, there's a very easy way that is accurate enough that takes a fraction of a second that doesn't allow us to have to, get down into the weeds and figure everything out. And it's just this. We just say 15%. That's a pretty bad scenario. So we like to be conservative. We like to assume the lower end, not the higher end. We just say, we'll tack on 15% profit margin, and that's pretty much going to be an umbrella for every type of fee or cost that you're going to encounter along the way. Now, once you actually reach out to the brand and get the pricing sheet, then you could literally, and you'll learn how in the wholesale formula to know precisely what your profit margin actually would be. And you're going to find 15% is a pretty good rule of thumb, a conservative rule of thumb, okay? But that's just what we're going to use because you got to start somewhere. It's not going to be perfect, but at least you get you moving and get you going. And then, of course, when you contact a brand, you go forward with the wholesale order, you'll be able to know exactly what your profits will be, which are pretty much often better than 15%. Because again, 15% is the worst case scenario, right? So we would plug this in. And again, I missed the updates here. Apologies for that. But the price would be in the particular case now. The other example I was showing that I did the last time I did this was $13 product at 6,000 units per month. This is a $40 product selling about 2,600 units per month times a 15% profit margin. Boom, done. So those are our three numbers in the formula. So we times all those together, and then we divide them by the amount of what we call true resellers. Not all resellers, true resellers, okay? So if you look at any listing, you're also going to see on that listing a little thing that says new and used, or in this case, new, because this product can't be, you can't sell like diffuser oil used, all right? So in this case, it says there's 13 new sellers, or there's 13 sellers selling a new version of this product on Amazon. So we don't divide that number by 13. We don't say price times units times the profit margin divided by 13. That's the number of resellers, but it's not the number of true resellers. So in this particular case, for this oil diffuser cartridge, there's actually 7 what we would call true resellers. Now, how do we know that? There's the manual way, and then there's the automatic way. I'm going to show you the automatic way in a second, the automated way. But let me talk to you about the manual way. There's 3 factors that we look at to determine if a seller is a true reseller or not. Factor number 1, do they use Amazon for their shipper? Believe it or not, there's a lot of resellers who fulfill it themselves because they already have an e-commerce site and they're just treating Amazon as an afterthought. Or for whatever reason, they don't want to mess with sending it into Amazon, even though in a lot of instances, the brand will do that on your behalf. Or there's third-party sites that will do the prep for you, so you never have to touch the stuff. You never should touch the stuff when you're starting with this, okay? So is Amazon shipping it or not? If not, we cross them off the list. Don't worry about that. Second factor, is it new or is it used? Because Amazon will never put a used product in front of a user if there's a new product that they can put in front of it instead. So given the choice between that exact same product used and new, Amazon will always default to the new. So we can get rid of any use. In this case, there was no use, but in a lot of products, there are use resellers. And then the third factor is there a price gouger? Unfortunately, there's a lot of sellers on Amazon whose business model is the following. If I buy the product and just mark it up for twice the cost, eventually I'll sell it on Amazon. And eventually they will. You want to know why? Because Amazon will run out of all the new sellers. They'll run out of all the sellers that ship and fulfill it through Amazon. They'll run out of all the used sellers. They'll be out of inventory almost. And so they will eventually put a seller in there who's selling the product for $70 when the product is $40. And eventually somebody will buy it for $70. You can eke out a few bucks that way. It's not a good way to make a living. It's a lot of work for unpredictable profits, and it's fighting against what the Amazon wants, and it's not good for the customer either, because on the other end, I don't think you would want to experience that, where you're paying twice as much for something as the next person is, simply because there's a low inventory that's existing out there. But nonetheless, in this particular case, just by removing the people that were not selling it on Amazon, we're down to 7. That's it. Now, should you be number 8? Should you be number 8? And I think if you crunch the numbers and you did it and you said, okay, what's the price? $40. It's selling $2,600 per month at a 15% profit margin divided amongst us 8 resellers. Yeah, that's $1,900 a month in your pocket. $1,968 per month. Who here would like a passive income stream that took maybe minutes per month of effort to support if it meant an extra about $2,000 in your pocket? I think we all would. I certainly would. I have passive income streams out there. I have a lot of them. And I love the ones that produce $2,000 a month free and clear with almost no effort, or in some instances, absolutely no effort. Because you got to remember, this is net in your pocket. There's no driving traffic in order to make this money. There's no advertising the product in order to make this money. There's no marketing around this product in order to make this money. There's no improving the listing, the title, the keywords, the imagery, none of that stuff. This is just you being a redundant product seller on Amazon, just to reinforce the fact that Amazon ain't going to run out of inventory, ain't going to have to resort to selling it, a used version or a $70 version of a $40 product. This is you just being another seller. That's the opportunity here. And when you factor in the true cost of this business, both the time cost and the money cost, I don't think you're going to find a more cost-effective, more economical, safer approach to financial independence. Because here's what your marketing budget is going to be. It's going to be $0 for these products. And your ad budget to advertise these products is another $0. And your graphic designing is going to be another $0. And the cost for you to get reviews is $0. And the time you're going to spend on optimizing conversion so you get more people to buy this product, 0 seconds. And the amount of time you're going to spend driving traffic, 0 seconds. And the amount of time you're going to be spending on reviews, none. 0. Not any. All right. And this is why these 960 students of all varieties of backgrounds, as you can see from this picture, have been able to sell over $1 billion. Now, what we did, our role in anything we sell, our whole role in the company, Rapid Crush, I'm not sure if you can see the t-shirt here, right? We try to find the very best products in the very best markets to help the most amount of people that we can reach. And then what we go out there and do is enhance those products. So like the Wholesale Formula, we enhanced it. We said, I like that formula. Formula is brilliant. Let's contract out some software, develop it, and automate it. And so we reached out to a third-party company that we had really good relationships with. We worked out a deal. I can't disclose the details to you. I'm under contract. But we were able to, from this deal we made, offer you for free, if you sign up at quadwin.com, this little app called Retriever, which will automate in seconds price times units times margins divided by true resellers to tell if you should sell that product or not. Sorry, I got a little excited and started stuttering because I want to do this live, okay? So this is live. And by the way, is it live? I hope you see this. Monday, March 7th, 12:38 p.m. Okay, that's live, right? And we can do a search. So we can do a search for, say, like pet hair remover. That's the one I did this morning, okay? I got a German Shepherd. Not only do I got cats, I got dogs. And there are 48 different pet hair remover products. I'll zoom in a little bit here so you can see this. And if I wanted to look at all 48 of these, run that formula on all 48 of these, I could do that manually. I could say, okay, the price is $26. What's the bestseller rank? Yada, yada, yada. Or I could use Retriever. So I clicked on Retriever. It's just an app. It's an app that's in the browser. It's a Google Chrome app, and it's already starting to run it. Okay. TWF, you see that right here? That stands for the Wholesale Formula. So we had them work out in their existing app a thing just for Wholesale Formula customers that we would refer. And as I'm talking right now, we're done. Okay. I found 6 products that are over $4,000 per month, including you as the reseller, because they do the math for you. They say, okay, this is its monthly sales. It sells 3,000 units per month. It's $18.69. And there are one real true authorized reseller, or there's only one true reseller out of 4 that sell this product. So you would be number 2. And then you're getting a cut of this profit. Over here, here's another one. And again, so I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, are all 6 of these, am I going to be able to contact all 6 and get the deal and be another seller of this product and getting this revenue? Probably not. But could I get one of them? Maybe, right? But that was just for one single search, okay? So, I'm a big dog guy. So let's just go to like that dog odor, or what was it, dog plaque or something like that, right? I don't remember what it was. Let's just do dog plaque because I want to get, 48 results here. And by the way, there's the product. There's a whole bunch of other ones too. And let's do a search for it. So again, I just click on the app that is exclusive as a bonus that we've developed with a third-party developer for the Wholesale Formula. TWF is turned on. You know it's turned on because it's blue right here. And we're going to crunch it. Now, sometimes you got to be a little bit patient. When you're streaming on a webinar live at the same time, the numbers don't come in as quickly, okay? But here they are nonetheless. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 opportunities here from $300 a month and beyond. Now, what's interesting is a lot of them are this Pro Dentist, the one I found the other day, right? What's cool is if you get one reseller product, one SKU as we call it in the business, then oftentimes you can go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6. You can definitely get a nice account and sell multiple products under that account. But here's another opportunity here with TropiClean as well. You feeling this, right? Now, one of my other ones too, and Dylan was teasing me here because I'll just sit here some days and I'll just type in letters like B-O, and then I'll look at some of these examples. Or I'll type in like C-A, and I'll see these examples here. But it's like, I don't know why, but I found the horse niche one day, and I'm always finding all sorts of opportunities. Now, these are horse toys. Never did the search in my life. Let's look at 48 results. Let's click a button. I have no idea how this is going to work or not. Neither will you. But how many times can you search 48 products? You just do a search, you click a button, you see the results, you wait for the numbers to come in, than you do another search. Who here thinks they can do this? Who here thinks they have the capabilities to do basic Amazon searches for products, no different than how you would search for products as a customer? Hey, I want to go buy this thing. Hey, I want to go buy that thing. I bought an umbrella the other day because it did something weird in Southern California. It actually rained and we freaked out. So we went to Amazon and we bought an umbrella. I just searched for umbrella in Amazon. So same way you would search as a customer, but here's the thing. I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 opportunities that were $500 or more per month. So yes, there's 7 sellers of this product, but there's only 3 that we have to be concerned with. And this product is selling how many units per month? Well, you see it all. You see all the numbers here. Every single number you see. It's been done. It's been crunched for you. It was developed by a company called Managed by Stats. Why do you think they call it Managed by Stats? Because they got some of the best, most accurate data when it comes to Amazon sellers that exist out there. I just happen to know the guy that created the software because I just happened to be the guy that got that guy started on Amazon in 2013. It pays to know people, doesn't it? It pays to have connections. And that's why it pays to sign up at quadwin.com for you, because nowhere else are you going to get access to the Retriever app. You can't buy it off the market. You get it for free when you sign up at quadwin.com. So we find the best offers that exist in the best markets and we make them even better, and we do it for free to you. It might cost us money, and we get obviously compensated for the sales that we refer in. And it might cost us time and effort, and we leverage relationships. But our goal here is to make the markets that we reach better, to make the people that are struggling with finances no longer struggle with finances. That's how we do it. That's how we win together. This is why I'm a big fan of quad winning, and this is at quadwin.com. So that is the scouting portion of the process. What about the sourcing though? You say, Jason, fine, I got it. I believe you. Okay, I get it. I could go and find thousands, tens of thousands of products to sell on Amazon, but if I'm not able to actually get my hands on those products to sell them on Amazon, then it's all for moot. You're right. So how do we source these products? Here's how. Now, when you first approach a brand or the representative of the brand to try to order these products wholesale or in bulk, right? You can do this via email. First contact can be done via email. Oftentimes, it's the preferred way to do it. And the email can be as simple as something like this. Hey, I'd like to open up a wholesale account with you. How do we make that happen? It can be as simple as that. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 words, I think. Maybe I missed one or maybe I added one in there. Or I'd like to be a reseller for you. How can I make that happen, right? And then you'll get all sorts of responses. I'm going to break down every single common response you're going to get to that simple question. But that's the question that makes the cash register ring. That's the question that gets the ball rolling. Now, to start it off, I don't want to give you layups here. I want to set the tone of what it's like in the real world, right? Sometimes, not all the time, but occasionally, you'll get a sort of confrontational response to an email like this. And the brand owner or its representative might say, why? Do you plan on selling it on Amazon? Interesting. Anytime I get a reply along these lines, I smile and I get a little giddy because I know that now there's some money to be made here. But there's a reason why brands sometimes have this knee-jerk response to why are you planning on selling it on Amazon? It's because they've had a lot of unauthorized resellers do the things that I was talking about before, where they would price gouge, they would jack the price up, or they would misrepresent the product. They would act like it was their product when it was some other product, and they were just piggybacking off the listing and so on and so forth. And so this is why you're going to quickly become a brand's best friend, because we're going to help the brand. We're going to protect the brand. We're going to do all sorts of things to earn our keep. But it's fun. It's a fair question. You say, they say to you, do you plan on selling on Amazon? No, question to you. What's your response? Right? What's your response? How should you respond to that? Now, there's 2 ways you can respond to this. Way number 1 is you could try to guess, throw something at the wall. Hopefully it sticks. Way number 2 is you could join a community who's field tested all sorts of responses to this question and has figured out the best way to proceed. When this question is asked, here's the best response. How do we know it's the best response? Because we've had thousands of sellers through the wholesale formula go out there and interact with thousands of brands, reported and documented the responses, and here's how we figured out how to proceed. Response like this. Thanks for the response. Interesting question. What problems have you had on Amazon? Tends to be the best way to proceed there, right? Now, hopefully you didn't take that last thing too personal when somebody says, why do you plan on selling on Amazon? Hopefully you just say, okay, that's a response. Now you look at your chart. Okay, they say that, I now say this. Could you do that? Or would you be too shook up from that original confrontation? Or would you just be like, oh, okay, they say that, I say this. They say that, I say this. They say that, I say this. I mean, if you want to make money, it can be that way. You can just say, all right, it's a game. It's a video game. When they do this, I do that. You start a dialogue here. And oftentimes through that dialogue, they'll understand very easily. Oh, okay, I got you. You're good. Now, that's not the only response you get. It's just a more confrontational response that I wanted to prepare you with in advance. So you weren't just going to think that this thing is going to be as easy as putting your shoes on in the morning, all right? Now, when Dan and Dylan, who you're going to hear from later on in this presentation, who are the creators of the wholesale formula, they didn't have a community that had kind of sourced the best answers and the best approaches to contacting brands. They did it pioneer style, trial and error, right? They said, okay, let's see what happens. Spin the wheel. We'll figure it out. And they would contact 100 brands, and 93 times they would be told no. And usually it wasn't a hard no. It was just no response. So, 93 out of 100 times, they would not get the deal with the brand that they contacted. If they wanted to sell 7 products, then how many brand owners would they have to contact? To get 7 products, how many would they have to contact? And the answer is simple. They would have to contact 100 brand owners. Now, on the surface, 100 sounds like a huge number. Oh my God, that's impossible. Well, I mean, it's just a couple of copy and paste emails a day, really. Because at 3 a day, this could be done in a single month. You want 7 products, contact 3 brands a day. By the way, this is, again, ogre style, caveman, brute force approach. There's not a lot of strategy behind this. This is just, go for broke. With the wholesale formula, it's kind of been broken down more specifically on how you respond to brands, the best way to approach brands, et cetera, et cetera. But if you just wanted to bang your head against the wall with this approach, 3 a day in a month, yeah, sounds good to me. Now, in the wholesale formula, I must stress this again. If brand owner says this, then I respond with that. That's kind of what is the groundwork. That's what makes it so valuable. There are certain people, not too terribly bright, if I'm being kind to them, who will take to the interwebs and on YouTube and say, oh, the wholesale formula, you don't need to pay for that program. You could do it all on your own. And you know what? They're right, kind of. Because if you want to, reinvent the wheel, you certainly could do that, right? If you want to cut your own hair instead of go to the barber, you certainly could do that as well. But part of the value here, first of all, the first part of the value, I hope you saw demonstrated, we automated that product finding process down to a search and a click of a button. I think that's valuable. Even if you could do it manually, doing it on an automated fashion is going to get you there way easier, way quicker. But the second part is this. All the responses have already been figured out. All the answers have already been figured out. You just need to do the work. And it's not a lot of work. You just need to point A, point B. Now, really, at the end of the day, when contacting a brand, here are the only possible outcomes. I'm going to give you every outcome on a slide. One slide, I'm going to show you every single possible outcome that can happen to you when you contact a brand. So let's say you wanted to contact a brand like this. One possibility of a brand, once you contact them, of them responding is this. They say, yes, here's my price sheet. And then you look at the price sheet, you say it makes sense, and you place a small quantity initial order and start profiting ASAP. It's not the most common response, but it is a response, and it can happen. You contact 100 brand owners. It would not surprise me one single bit. In fact, it would surprise me more if you contacted 100 brand owners and and not one of them said this. I think at least one, if not more, will say this. The odds are they will, at least. Now, you may be thinking, well, how much is a small order? How many of this product am I have to order? Let me tell you often what it is. It's whatever fits in a case. So however they pack their cases, so if they pack them by 50s, then your initial order quantity is 50. I'm not kidding. If they pack it by 12, then your initial order quantity could be 12. That's generally how it works. I know it's silly, but that's how it is. So they can give an immediate yes, and that happens occasionally. If that was the only way you could live very comfortably with this model. If you could only feast upon the immediate yeses. You'd have to contact more brands, sure, but nonetheless, you could get there. Now, the most common response you're going to get is no response at all. And then you have a choice. Do I want to circle back in 3 days and contact that brand again? Or do I just want to next them and go on to the next on my list? The third response is a firm no. And nothing you can say or do will change that no. Doesn't matter how nice you are, doesn't matter how sincere you are, doesn't matter how genuinely helpful you will be. Some people are drowning and you throw them a lifesaver and they decline it and they die. That's not on you. You tried, okay? Some people bring in their own messes to the business and you can't do anything about that. So yes, you will face some firm no's and there's no wiggle room on those no's. Okay. Every no is one step closer to a yes. Now, the second most common response you're going to get is what we call a qualified no. Meaning that if you were just another blasé reseller doing nothing else other than reselling the product, another me too, a redundant factor, then you might not get the account. But if you want to take it up a level and be a value add reseller, then you certainly can. And then you could turn a lot of no's into yeses. So for example, you could improve their listing for them. You could do other things for them, like a lot of the people that are resellers are violating terms on Amazon that you could go in there and clean up. But could you, forget all that, could you just make a ton of money if you got immediate yeses and that's only what you relied on? Yes, of course you could. Yes, you could, okay? This is why I like this business so much. It's got safety nets, under safety nets, under safety nets, under safety nets. So you could try this. If all it goes your way, you'll do great. If some of it goes your way, you'll do great. If very little of it goes your way, you'll do great, right? Especially once you understand the magic of compounding, compound interest. Albert Einstein, probably the smartest man that ever existed, said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. This is the magic of this business. Lots of magnificent fortunes were started with less than magnificent returns. So you want $1 million in 24 months, start with $600 net profit on month one. I kid you not. There's probably 100,000 products on Amazon that you could resell over 6 figures worth of products. Like literal raw number of products you could sell on Amazon that would make you over $600 per month on month one. Now, if all you did was take that and use that to buy more product and sell it on Amazon, then $600 by month two would turn into $780 of net profit. Because now you're buying more product. You're taking the net profit that you made off the $600 and you're buying more product to sell on Amazon. So month one goes from $600 to month two goes to $780 to month three, you're now $1,000. By month 12, you're making $10,000 a month and you've netted $596.17 off of a $600 per month income stream that was compounded. By the end of the second year, you are $1,083,601.54. All started from a meager, absolutely ridiculously small, insignificant $600 net profit on month one. Now, I don't want you to follow this model exactly to the T because it assumes you're reinvesting all of your profits. I want you to spend some money on yourself, of course. This is just done to illustrate for you how powerful it is once you get the ball rolling, how it can kind of take on a mind of its own. Question to you, how many products do you think there are on Amazon that if you became a reseller of those products, you could make 600 net profit per month in a single month. Okay. Well, last I saw, and this is dated, it's smaller then than it is now. It's a lot larger now. That the total product count last time anybody tried to take this on was there were 353 million different products on Amazon. That's bigger than there are people in the United States. Isn't that insane? I think we could find, right? So if I say there are 300,000 products on Amazon that sell over $600 per month that are yours, that if you could sell any of these 300,000 products, you would make $600 or more per month. Do you think that's a reasonable claim? I certainly do, because that's 0.1% of all the products that exist on this platform. See, there's a lesson that I learned in life that changed my life, that making real life-changing money is more than just showing up and doing the near impossible. I've had the pleasure of hanging out with a lot of what they call deca-millionaires, people that make $10 million or more per year. And I've had my pleasure of also hanging out with some people that make $100 million a year. I've even hung out with some people that have made $1 billion per year. And I will tell you, most of them, not that different between you and I. Some of them are very charismatic. Some of them did the impossible, but not most of them. Most of them just showed up and plugged it in. And they took a little bit and they made it a little bit more. And before you know it, the ball started rolling and it ended up being a lot. On Amazon, just showing up means just showing up with these products. This is 5 products: a hiking sock, a freaking card sleeve, an oil diffuser refill, some indoor plant food, and some printer ink cartridges. 146,000 net profit in a year. Pretty good. Pretty damn good. After that, it's just fun money. It's like, okay, I guess I'll buy another Porsche because I got nothing else to do with my money, right? After that, it's kind of just like, all right, we're good. Money can be crossed off the list. Of course, you can always add more products to it. Now, important, just to show you there are no funny business or shenanigans going on here, I attempt to, when I do these trainings, try to give you a realistic scenario. And so therefore, I showed products, 5 products. And that example I just gave you with the 5-product catalog here, if you were the reseller of these 5 products, I had a product as little as $320 per month to a product as much as $5,400 per month. And there's a lot of products that do more than $5,000 per month on Amazon or $6,000 per month. I'm trying to give you a realistic representation of what's out there. Because if it were me, I would just as happily sell the $320 per month product as I would the $5,000 per month product. Why? Because we're not so much interested in the income per product. We're more interested in income streams with multiple products. We want multiple income streams. So I'll take the $300 a month. I'll take the $600 a month. I'll take the $900 a month. I'll take the $1,200 a month. I'll take the $1,500 a month. I'll take them all. Question to you, will you take them all? Even more important question is, you're being called to help. Will you accept that call? They need you. Who's they? Is Amazon proud of this listing, or are they embarrassed by this listing? I think Amazon's embarrassed, don't you? One product, not that very good of an image. One, I mean, there's so much wrong with this, right? You think Amazon likes this? Nah. Amazon would prefer that somebody not neglect this product and take better care of it. Because it's going to be very easy for this product to run out of inventory if this is how it's showing up. So Amazon ain't proud of this. Amazon needs your help. Will you answer the call? What about the brand owner? You think the brand owner's proud of this? So the brand owner is Columbia Laboratories. You know what the brand is listed at on Amazon? It's listed as generic. Generic. It's called generic. The brand owner needs your help. They need somebody who's going to resell this product, who's kind of paying attention to it, kind of like looking out for it, because it's a profit stream for you. So the brand owner needs your help. They're calling on you for help. Will you answer the call? And what about the Amazon shopper who's looking for a product like this? A product like this, pinworm treatment, might save an animal's life. But if they can't find it, or if they glance over it because it's just being neglected on Amazon, even though it's spitting out thousands a month, it's doing so in spite of, not because of. The shopper needs you. They're calling you for help. Will you answer that call? This is quad winning. What you're doing here isn't taking for something from somebody else. None of that nonsense. It's quite the opposite. You're giving Amazon what it wants. You're giving its customers what it wants. You're giving the brand owners what they want, so you can get what you want. You're quad winning, baby. Quad winning your way to financial freedom. Now let's walk before we run. Walk before you run. Here's what I mean by that. Yes, there's 13 sellers of this product right now, okay? And we can do all sorts of fancy things to try to improve this product and try to, make it sing even more and try to go out there and wine and dine and woo the brand owner to show them that we should be a reseller of this product. Yeah, we do all that stuff. Or how about this? We fix this problem right here. I'm going to run that back just so you can see it again. I find these all the time. All the time. I'm looking out there. Hey, here's a product selling 2,600 units per month. Why is it that they only have 15 left in stock? Is it truly that this product is almost out of stock and can't be found anywhere else in the world? There's only 15 of these left. Hurry up, better get some more. No, not usually, almost never. Usually it's, this product is sitting in some third-party warehouse somewhere collecting dust. Because to this brand owner, Amazon is just a distribution point, one of many of where this product is distributed throughout the world. So one hand don't know what the other hand's doing. You need to be the bridge. So walking before running is just making sure products are in stock on Amazon. And there's brilliant fortunes that can be made from doing that mundane type of work. I must reemphasize to you, because this is so important to your financial health. Making life-changing money is more just showing up than doing the near impossible. Because often these products that say only 15 left or currently unavailable, they're not truly out of stock. They're just not at Amazon. They're somewhere else. Now, if you were on top of this product because you liked the fact that it was making you money every single month, thousands of dollars, just making sure that it wasn't out of stock, is that a valuable service? Should you be compensated for that? And I think the answer to that is, of course. I am 100% certain you can make $5,000 per month just by being a product re-upper. If the only thing that you really did on Amazon was make sure products stayed in stock, easily, super conservatively, $5,000 per month. That's $60,000 per year. Is that life-changing to you? You might not be able to quit your job, but you could do this on the side and maybe make as much, if not more, than you make at your job. And if you want to kick it up a little bit, you can kick it up a little bit, right? Pretty good income just by re-upping product on Amazon before it gets out there. Wouldn't you agree? That's how big this opportunity is. That's how valuable you are. Because a lot of people are out there just not connecting the dots. These are the dots being connected.